Thanks a lot for that intro, Henry. You know, before I get started, if you could just join me in just giving another round of applause for the scholars that spoke earlier, please. And I do want to take this time to thank and really congratulate the trustees of the Edwin Gould Foundation and Ken Griffin on being honored tonight. Really, I'm truly humbled to share this stage as an honoree with you. Each year at the SEO Awards Gala, really since I've started coming to these, I was in the career program in 1993, and every time I come to this gala, I'm just inspired by the scholars, I'm inspired by the words of wisdom by the honorees, but most importantly, I'm just happy to be in the room and sharing the celebration. I'm just glad to be here. So I can't fully express my gratitude and how thankful I am to be honored by an organization that was founded to give people like me not just a space in the room, but a voice in the room. And I want to thank SEO for that. While I'm happy to be recognized tonight, I have to be humble and acknowledge. And if you see me speak before, any chance I have to get up here, I'm going to tell you who's really responsible. The spotlight's on me right now, but I'm going to tell you who's responsible for me getting here. So if you bear with me, I have a few thank yous. First, I'd like to thank Michael Oshowitz. In 1963, he founded this organization that has helped over 11,000 young people, most often people of color, most often people from low-income families, reach their full potential. That means a lot to me personally, and I'll talk about that. I also want to thank Henry Kravis, the chair of SEO's board. Henry, I got to tell you, you take this personally, you and your wife. I notice. I may not say something to you, but I notice. I'll tell you this right now. If you or your family ever need me or my family, just count us in. I want to thank all the other board members that are here tonight for all of the work that you've done to make this a phenomenal organization. I want to thank William Goodlow, Taina Gonzalez, Julian Johnson, and all the staff at SEO that do an amazing job in every single day. I want to thank Sabin Streeter and Walter Booker, who took mercy on me when I interviewed for this internship in 1993. It was ugly. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. I want to thank every single SEO career program participant, especially the ones from 1992 or before. You held the torch high. You're the reason that someone like me got a chance. I don't know where I stacked up in the ranking when I interviewed. I can tell you it probably wasn't at the top. The fact that I even got an internship means you guys did a phenomenal job. You created other spots for people like me. And the spots that we don't get, there's a lot at stake. There's a lot to lose when their spots don't exist. I want to thank all of my mentors for all of your guidance, your encouragement over the years, especially Ed Lewis from Cigna, Frank Borges from Landmark Partners. You guys have been phenomenal. I want to thank all of my colleagues from Blackstone who came out here tonight in large numbers. I've seen most of you. The ones I haven't seen, I'll come give you a hug when this is over. I want to thank all of my team members from Strategic Partners, especially our founder, Stephen Can. Stephen Can founded this business, developed each and every person, everyone, including me. He didn't care where my parents went to school, which was no school. They didn't go to college. He didn't care how much money they made, what section of Philadelphia I was from. He sponsored me. He developed me. He founded this organization. This is his baby. He put me in position where I lead it today. I can't thank you enough, Stephen. I'll never be able to repay you. The only thing I can say is I'll do the best I can do to carry on your legacy and lead this business and provide opportunities like the one you provided to me. I appreciate that. Stephen's here with his... Stephen, you're a good man. You are my brother. You're more like a brother. You're not a coworker. You're my brother. Stephen happens to be here with his wife, Pam, his beautiful wife, Pam. So, Pam, that makes you my sister. And I am younger than Stephen and Pam, not much, but I am younger. And I was thinking about you guys about a week ago. And I thought hard, and I thought, I'm their younger brother. So technically, if I wanted to, I could just show up at your house uninvited, drink all your beer, and not replace it. I can do it. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but technically that's an option available to me. I want to thank two of my best friends from Morehouse College that are here tonight, Derek Leak and Euclid Walker. These guys went to college with me from 1990 to 1994, and if you know anything about Morehouse College, we stick together. This honor tonight, guys, I share with everyone at that table, table 19, but I really want to share it with you two. You've been with me through thick and thin, and there are really three reasons I wanted you to be here tonight. First, you're two of my best friends in the world. Second, you've been with me through some really dark days, so I wanted to share this joyous moment with you. And third, I need you both to write a check to SEO. Now, yeah, I mean, you know me. You know that was going to happen, right? Come on. The funny thing is, I've known you guys so long, this is what's going to happen. I can tell you what they're going to say. They're going to say, I really want to support the organization, but let me call and check with my wife first. Good news, I already did it. I called your respective wives. I got the all clear, so get those checks ready. In all seriousness, we've always been there for each other and each other's families. And in this world, true friends are a blessing. That's why I really wanted you here tonight. I appreciate you being here. Most people don't know this story. Some of you have heard it, but Derek Leak, who's one of the gentlemen I just pointed out, when I interviewed for the SEO internship in '93, I did not have a suit. And I put out my clothes for the night, or that day, what I was going to wear. And I remember, and Derek was my roommate at the time. He walked up to that outfit, which I can only describe as an ensemble. It was nuts, I'm telling you, it was bad. And he pointed at it and said, what are you going to do with that? And I said, I have my SEO interview today. And he said, okay, that's great, but what are you going to do with that? I said, I'm going to wear it. And he said, you can't wear that. It's not a business suit. And this is one of the nicest men I know, one of the kindest, gentlest, like a gentle giant. That's the first time I ever seen him get mad. He got mad and said, you're not wearing that. You can wear one of my suits. Now, at the time, in college, he was built like a Division I linebacker, and I weighed 150 pounds. So his suit was literally 4 sizes too big. But you know what? That's all I had. I've been embarrassed to tell this story for the 3 years or 4 years after that. I'm not embarrassed. I'm going to tell this, and I'll tell you why I'm going to share this story. But I wore his suit. And by the way, for some odd reason, all of your ties, Derek, matched that outfit that I had. So I couldn't wear one of his ties. I had to borrow a tie from someone else. But I remember walking across campus. The suit looked ridiculous. I get in an interview, Sabin Street or Walter Booker. Anyone who interviewed with SEO in the late 80s, early 90s, you know how tough it was. I walked in. They didn't care what my suit looked like. They knew I was nervous, but you know what they knew? I was more hungry than I was nervous. And they could sense it. I got that internship, and almost 20 years later to the day, I joined SEO's board. I want to thank my mom. None of this would be possible without my mom. She's the strongest woman I know. She's phenomenal. Growing up in West Philadelphia, Overbrook section, the Hilltop section of West Philadelphia, during your formative years in the 80s, the mid-80s to late 80s, it's not for the faint of heart, but I did it. But I really want to draw the attention to someone who really helped me through it. It's my brother, Sean, my older brother. I'm his younger brother. By the way, Sean, you can tell Stephen, have I popped up at your house unannounced and drank all your beer? I haven't done that in at least a month. But what he did for me was, he protected me. He told me where not to go. He made sure when no one touched me. He beat me up a couple times, but no one else did. Brothers fight, that's what happens. But he guided me through a time where, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know I was going to make it out. I didn't know if I was going to make it out. I always wanted to go to college, but I didn't know if I was going to live long enough to get to college. He's the one that got me through this. And I can't say thank you enough. He took the brunt of all of that. He took the brunt of a lot that I had to deal with. I saw some terrible things, but he really saw some terrible things. By the way, Stephen Can is the equivalent of my brother in my professional life. I want to tell you that, Stephen. What you did for me in a professional environment, you protected me, you sponsored me, you kept people away from me. No bullies allowed, right? You kept the bullies away, you kept the bullies away. You're my brothers. I just wanted to say that. When I went off to Morehouse College, I realized this, and I'll share it with you. My life expectancy increased. I don't know how much. I didn't do the numbers. I'm sure someone could run it, but my life expectancy increased. And it was one of my brother's greatest achievements, getting me out of here alive. My mom and my brother slept like babies for the week after I left, because they weren't worried about me. But as I went off on this new path to Morehouse College, I always worried about, what about the people I left behind? What about my brother? What about all the students who couldn't go to Morehouse College, who didn't have a chance? I worry about them every single day. And so, part of what I do, part of the passion I pour into this organization is about getting the people we left behind and bringing them forward. Last but not least, I want to thank my daughter, Alana. I've always been a fighter, but you gave me something so much bigger than myself to fight for. You're strong, you're smart, and you genuinely care about other people. I hope that you're as proud of your dad as I am of you. When I look at these students speak up here, I actually see you. Just as importantly, I see myself. Alana, we are these SEO scholars. That's us. I hope that one day the record shows that I wasn't just a fighter, but a warrior. Not because I fought for you, Alana, and our entire family, but because I fight for other families and their children. And I'll close out. I know I'm going way over, and that's, this is important. I don't know how the next time I'm gonna get up here, which is probably never, so I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it, Cammie, relax. Good guy. I'll share something, I'll leave you with a thought. Growing up in my neighborhood, people would celebrate their 25th birthdays like they won the lottery. And they weren't celebrating just because it was their birthday. They were celebrating because they were so happy to be alive and make it to 25. Like, if you've seen these things, these celebrations, they're beautiful. My brother did it, I did it, all of our friends did it. And they're beautiful, but if you think about it for a moment, you think about how sad it is too. It's extremely sad. And you may be asking yourself, well, why would you celebrate your 25th birthday? This is why. Because we knew so many people that didn't make it to 25. They weren't drug dealers, they weren't gangbangers, they were on their way to school, on their way home from work, on their way to see their mom at the bus stop. The randomness is what was so damaging about it. They didn't make it. And so for many years, I didn't think my brother was gonna make it. I'm at college, and I'm trying to study and get A's, and I'm thinking, is he gonna make it? Every time I get a call from home, what happened to somebody? I didn't want to take the call. Derek, you know that. People would call, I didn't want to call. I didn't want to answer. And so that happens. This is real. So these scholars up here that you heard from tonight, and scholars that aren't here tonight that are out there in the world, they may not mention it, they might not talk about it, they're dealing with that. They're trying to make it and succeed, but they're fighting to survive. On the way to school, on the way to work, they go through obstacles. They're dealing with that. Do you know what the degree of difficulty is for that? Can you imagine that? Wherever the scholars are in this room, if your parents are in this room, the ones that aren't here, I want you to know, I know what it feels like. I started that way. The starting gun went off, they said go, and I tripped off the starting line. I fell and I tripped. I'm worried about surviving, I don't have much, I'm embarrassed. Get up and run. Don't even waste time brushing yourself off. Eyes up, run. Don't worry about it. Don't listen to people that say you can't. If they say, get them away from you. I just want you to know I understand. I've been there. I know what it feels like. If you're someone in this room or you're not in this room and you know somebody that's worried about, are they gonna make it to college? I wanna talk to you ASAP, like tomorrow. My brother can talk to you too. We can help. It's not just about college and getting to college. That's important. See, this organization isn't just about raising money. At the end of the day, yeah, it's awards and we're raising money for a great cause, but at the core of what we're trying to do, we're raising quality of lives, and in some cases, we're raising life expectancies. So with that, wherever you are, I want you to know if you're a scholar or a parent of a scholar, reinforcements are here. We know it took blood, sweat, and tears for you to get here. You did great, but now we're gonna fight with you. And if you're willing to, run with us. Everyone in this room, I know you'll help. We need you, I need you. Let's run with these scholars, make sure they make it to where they gotta go. And I really appreciate that. Again, I really appreciate this honor. I'll cherish this night forever. Thank you.